Okay, and we are live. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. Great to see everyone here who's present. We have almost 500 people registered for a seat. Now, more than 150 people are now live following. So, thanks a lot for doing this. This is like um, a crowdcast where we would like to tell everyone about the Astar launch, everything about becoming a parachain on Polkadot and where we will go in the upcoming months, as well answer some questions about the community. I also prepared some demo video for you guys to show. So I think we can get started. So hi, my name is Martin. I'm the VP of Growth for Astar Network. With me is Sota Watanabe. He's the
Hi.
founder of Astar. So hi, Sota.
Hi, Martin. Thank you for hosting the Crowdcast today, and I'm really excited to be here.
Yeah, same for me. Thank you. So, if you have any questions regarding A Star or Scheiden or just in general about Polkadot, feel free to hit the Ask a Question button below. We will answer your questions at the end of the crowdcast. We have around 15 minutes that we will answer the questions from the community. If all the questions are answered, we will just stop the crowdcast and then we will start with the company party later on today, where we will celebrate the end of the year. We will celebrate a lot of things like becoming a parachain on Polkadot. I think I can get started. I will share my screen for this. Let me just go.
Oh, yeah. Meanwhile, feel free to make a question. So we are going to answer all the questions.
Yes, let me just. I have to go over here. I think I need to close some windows down first because something's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you're sharing your screen.
Okay, I will start with a small presentation, then I will close down the presentation. I will move forward to a demo, and a demo which will I will be showing how to use our portal, how to buy, let's say, NFTs, and how to use your assets that you have now in Shine into our EVM, and so on and so on. So basically, I want to start about telling you a little bit more about what is a star, what are our features, and this is something that I already did in the previous crowdcast where we were talking about the auctions that are coming to Polkadot. So basically, what is a star network? A star network, previously known as Plasma Network, but I think most of you already know a star now, and I don't need to mention why we changed our name. If you still are curious, you can find it in previous videos. So we are creating a dApp hub on Polkadot. We want to create a smart contract hub on Polkadot where projects can go to if they want to create a project on the Polkadot ecosystem. So we support EVM. EVM is the Ethereum virtual machine, as well as WebAssembly, smart contracts, WASM. And we also will support layer 2 solutions in the longer term, but now we are focusing on the EVM as well as the WebAssembly part. So we are aiming to be the multi-chain smart contract hub, and we will support multiple blockchains and virtual machines. So this makes us unique in the Polkadot ecosystem because we will be the only parachain that will offer both virtual machines for the developers, not only EVM, but also focus on WebAssembly. We will even make it possible in the later in 2022 to make those compatible with each other, meaning the cross-chain virtual machine where each contract can call another kind of contract and so on. This will open a whole new environment for developers who are building in the Polkadot ecosystem. So we are providing the best solutions for all developers, but not only supporting EVM, but also supporting WebAssembly, smart contracts. And as you can see here below in the picture, Dr. Gavin Woods, the founder of Polkadot, and also the creator of the yellow pages of Ethereum and creator of EVM, he's telling WebAssembly will be the future of smart contracts, but now EVM is still so important to have. That's one of the reasons why we also focus on the EVM now, to make all the Web3 protocols integrated in Scheiden, as well as will be integrated on Astar. And from there on, we will be building further to the WebAssembly part as well. So here I will be talking about our launch strategy, what have we done and where are we going to. This is a documentation I already shared with the community, with an article I shared in our Medium. So first we had to be a power thread. We had to register on the Polkadot relay chain to join the crowd loan. So that's what we did. We launched our crowd loan event. We got a huge support from our community. We had over, I believe, almost 50, 60,000 addresses or wallets connected to the crowd loan event. We had a huge amount of referrals. A lot of people are still asking from today, where can we see our rewards? How many rewards do we get? We are still now in the process of calculating everything. This is already at 95% done. We still need to make sure that all the bonus structures that we have set in place for partners like Parachain, Ethereum, that those are correctly distributed to them, so they can send the rewards to you guys who joined through them. So we need to make sure that everything is set by the agreements that we have with our partners before we can distribute all balances to the community. So if you would now go to the Polkadot GS and you would log into Astar, for those who are familiar with that, you will see that your balance is still 0. That's normal because we haven't distributed the tokens to the balances. This will be happening the moment everything in our calculation is done. We are aiming to have this done this year. So at the end of this year, we will make sure that the balances are, or the rewards are in your balance. If it's not, or we are aiming to have it like the end of the year, begin next year, just to make sure the calculation is set and it's correct. It's better to have it correct at the time we are sending it than later doing some adjustments. That's not what it's built for. Then we were very pleased to become one of the first, or one of the third Parachain on Polkadot. We won the third auction, so we are very pleased with that. And then we became a Parachain a couple of days ago. There was a huge party on Polkadot Twitter, so we are very happy to be now connected to the relay chain with other partners like Akala, Moonbeam, Palafy, and the last one, Clover. So we are very happy to have them with us on the Parachains, of the relay chain. So what's next for the launch of Astar? We will be onboarding collators first in our network. What are collators? Collators are those who are communicating with the validators on Polkadot. So our collators will do like a pre-approval of every block, and then the validators on the relay chain will do the finalization of each block for the security. We currently have set 5 collators now based on the company side. So we have them running high performance collators to make sure the network is stable. And now we will be onboarding 10 whitelisted collators to the next set. Those whitelisted collators, they are chosen based on their performance on Scheiden or Shibuya, or even on Polkadot or Kusama, if they are also collated there or validated there. And we are looking for high performance service, meaning that they can offer us the infrastructure that we need to get launched. In the beginning of Scheiden, we made some mistakes to put some very decentralized collators all over the world, but that causes some delay with the block production. And we are trying to fix this now with the high performance collators, focusing now on where the most of the validators on Polkadot are located, to be in the same area or location. So the block production will be much smoother and much better than it was in the beginning on Scheiden. Currently, it's already improved on Scheiden, so that's great. And also the latest update on the Polkadot side helped us a lot with the better performance of the network. After this, we will distribute the rewards using the vesting. meaning that everyone knows about the vesting schedule. We announced it during the crowd loan. We have several vesting schemes in place, so we have to make sure that every every holder will get the vesting that they are eligible for, but that we promise to get. Like for the crowd loan, it will be like 22 months. Then we have those who joined lock drop. They will have a smaller amount, smaller vesting time, but this also depends on what kind of lock drop they used. So there's a lot of things that has to go on. So I think everyone who joined a certain area in contributing to our crowd loan, they will know the vesting they want. If you still have questions, what kind of vesting do I have? Feel free to ask our ambassadors on Telegram or Discord, and then they will respond to you with the correct information. After this, we will start with the EVM smart contract phase. This is where we will enable EVM. This is where projects can start with developing on our ecosystem. So we will make sure that all the Ethereum tools will be available for them from the moment we enable the EVM smart contracts. After this, we also start with onboarding our Web3 protocol integrations like Chainlink, the Graph, and other oracles or infrastructure tools needed for developers to deploy. After this, we will enable the permissionless collators. Those are the collators who will join our collator set based on locking a certain amount of tokens. It's similar to vsscheiden. If you are interested in doing this, you can find it already in documentation for vsscheiden. It will be similar for Astar. Then on the fifth stage will be enabling dApp staking. We will start with creating every module that is now available on vsscheiden. We will transfer it, implement it also on Astar to make sure that dApp staking will be available from day one when we enable token transfers. Then we will start with the first dApp in our store. How we do it, that will be company-based applications, meaning like community rewards program to fund community, and to make sure everything works great. And then we will enable token transfers. Regarding token transfers, everyone will know who joined the crowd loan, and also lock drop. Everyone will get 10% of the initial release of the token, so everyone will get a chance to transfer tokens around 10% of what they will get from the crowd loan. But you can use all the tokens that you have in your wallet who are locked or vested. You will be able to use them in dApp staking, or you will be able to use them if you have enough to start your own collator. So there's a lot of functionalities that will be available with your tokens, even though if they are locked. Okay, cool. So do you have anything to add to this, what I just told everyone about the Parachain launch?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So we are going to implement WebAssembly in quarter one as well. So it's going to be the number 8 in a phase 2 or something like that. But the WebAssembly is going to be really important. And Parity Technology is going to create WebAssembly among the Parachain called Canvas. And they are going to push WebAssembly forward. So we're going to align with Parity Technologies and create a lot of WebAssembly Polkadot native application on the top of Astar.
Yes, correct. I will be telling a little bit more about this later now. For now, I promise everyone that there's a chance that they can earn some SRAC or some NFTs. So this is the page where you can go if you want to get some of that hat that Sotan I was wearing, or some stickers or T-shirts. We will send them out to the everyone who joins here, but you need to fill in some questions. One of the questions is your Telegram handle and what you want us to build in 2022 to improve our network. It's very important for us to have feedback from the community. So, and then we will be chosen, a random number of everyone who's joining, and then they will get the swag or an NFT. This form will be open until the end of the Crowdcast, so it's not possible to join later. So if you are not here and watching the recording, so it's not possible to join anymore. So this is only during the live event. I will share this link later on again at the end of the crowd loan during the Q&A session, so everyone who missed the announcement can still join this. I will give everyone still a chance to scan the QR code and go to that website. Cool. I think I can go on. I will share the link as well in the toolbox here. Now I will go to the demo. So let me just switch here. Okay, cool. First of all, I would like to send this link also in the toolbox. Let me just do this. There you go. So I've made a demo, and a demo is about how to use our, how to use our portal that it's now live. So what did I do? For using this portal, that is also very important for those who will be joining when they have a Astar tokens. So when they have Astar tokens, they can also will be using the portal. So what do you need to have access, or how can you use the portal? Is very basic, actually. You need two plugins. One plugin is the Polkadot.js extension. This is currently like the only extension that you need for using everything in the Polkadot ecosystem. It's very important to download this and to use this. I think most of you who joined the crowd loan are already familiar with this. If not, please do install it, because it's very necessary for everything that will be happening in the Polkadot ecosystem. More and more partners are creating new kinds of wallets. So it's always great to look out for what everyone is building as well. So when you have the Polkadot extension, you will see it, it's in your account. So you see it here in your top bar in your browser. And it's very important that you make sure that you allow the use of any chain. I recommend you not to use a particular chain that is here. Just use allow the use on any chain. That will make it much easier, because then you can use your every wallet on every parachain on Polkadot. So you don't need to worry about, oh, what account do I have now, or what account do I need to use on this parachain? No, just use one account and allow the use on any chain. That's very important for everyone to understand. So when this is installed, everyone already knows MetaMask. So this is a basic feature that everyone who is already in the crypto space and is joining projects, MetaMask is need to have plugin in your browser. So how does it go now? Let's imagine I want to go to Tofu NFT. Tofu NFT is an NFT marketplace that is built on top of vsscheiden. So let's say I want to buy this NFT here. No, it's just for bidding, or it's also okay for bidding. So let's say I want to buy the Citizen. So, but I need to bid on this, and I need to have SDN. And it's only possible to have SDN in my MetaMask. But as you can see here, I don't have any SDN located on the EVM part. So how do I move forward? I just copy my account here, my account number 1. I go to the portal. I now have 5 SDNs in my wallet. I just press transfer. I just entered my wallet here. Then you will see that I will be sending from a native address from Polkadot into my EVM. I just press to confirm. I need to type in my passport. Okay, then when you have entered your passport, it will be transferring the SDN on the native substrate address, the SS58, to the Ethereum address, the H160 address. So I think I did it okay. So cool. Now I just have to wait, and there you will see I will have my 2 SDN in my MetaMask. It's that easy to go from an SS58 address to your MetaMask. A lot of people are asking, why would you do this? Why not create an ecosystem like, for instance, Moonbeam is creating only Ethereum valid addresses? Well, this is not possible for us, or we won't do this because we are looking into this in the long-term vision. So if you would look at the article, one major part that we are focusing on for the future of smart contracts is WebAssembly. And I can recommend everyone to read this part regarding WebAssembly, because this will explain why we need to have two kind of addresses, because WebAssembly will be with the substrate-based addresses like the SS58, like Polkadot is designed for, and the MetaMask for the EVM, you need the H160 addresses. So we made it both available for our ecosystem. But I do understand it's difficult for our community to understand why I need to have two address schemes. It's so complicated. But for the long term, we think in the long vision of a star ecosystem, and we need to have those two addresses. We are doing our best to make it as easy as possible. I think, like I showed you now, it's very easy to transfer to MetaMask. So now I have two SDN, and now I can easily join here, connect my MetaMask, and here bid on this bird. Let's say I will just, no, not two. I will need to have some gas fees. 1.5. Sign. Then I got another pop-up to my account. Then you could see the 1.5 plus the transaction fee. As you can see, this is very low. It's almost nothing. And then I'm most likely, okay, then it will move on, and then you can place your bid. It's same as, let's say you have your EVM tokens here and you want to transfer them back to your wallet. It's the same as you can see here. I'm now connected here with my test account on the Polkadot GS. I need to send it to this address. So this address is the same as this in the Ethereum EVM version, in the EVM address scheme. So when you are sending your tokens back to this address, you don't need to send them to this, but you need to send them to this address. So if I now send, I want to send it back to my wallet, I will just enter this account. I will put max, next, and confirm. And then the tokens will be sent from my EVM wallet to my SS58 wallet, substrate-based wallet. We are making it much easier later on for people to use this, because we are understanding that it can be difficult. But if you are using the EVM part on Scheiden, there's no need to do all these kind of things. You only need to transfer them one. As you can see now, it's moved over. Let me just refresh my page. And then you will see here is my EVM deposit, and I can now withdraw them into my wallet, and that's it. And then you transfer your tokens back. Later on, we will make this more better overview. We are keeping the developments going. This is still an MVP, still the first version of our dApps, of our wallet. We are making it much easier as we go. I think that's the most important thing I want to say. Then let me go back to the presentation. I did the demo, and then we will do some announcements that we have planned now before we go to the Q&A session. And some announcements are, we will be migrating from Telegram to Discord, meaning that at the end of the year, we will mute our official Telegram channel. This is not our communities. Those local communities will stay alive because they will be handled by our ambassadors. But our official one will be transferred to Discord. This is why we are doing this. This is because of a couple of things, because we want to get everything organized in one place instead of just one channel. On Discord, we can use all different kinds of channels. We can have our event calendar there. We can have our AMAs there. We can do everything on Discord. That's now not possible on Telegram. It will also be much easier for us as a team to communicate with our community to Discord, with private channels and so on. Also, for our projects who are building on us, they will also want to have a separate channel where they can talk with community members like you. This is now not possible on Telegram to do. So we are migrating the projects also to Discord so they can talk with you guys in case you have any questions. We will make further announcements about this migration, but this is something that we already want to share with you guys, that this will be happening in the end of this year. Another topic is the roadmap for 2022 for Astar. We will be launching our article at the end of this year with the overview of our plans for the entire 2022 roadmap. From Q1 till Q4, we will present everything. Further down the line, we will do every quarter a meeting with the community to inform you about the status of each milestone, but we will make sure that everyone knows what we will be working for 2022. And we are working towards the long-term vision of Astar, so it's very important for everyone to understand this. Okay, let me just see what else. Okay, I think I covered everything what I wanted to share about the launch strategy about Astar. So if you have any questions, I will be looking into them now, so you can answer them. In the meantime, you have anything else to add now, Sota?
Yeah, 2021 was the big year for us, and without community supports, I think Asta could not be launched. So we highly appreciate community supports. But Asta was born 2 days ago. So this is still early stage, and this is still day one for us. So it's gonna be a long journey. So we would like to stay and grow with the community. So yeah, 2022 is the most important year for both Asta and also Polkadot. So let's do our best together.
Yes, correct. And I also saw on the Trollbox now that a lot of people are talking about the NFTs from the community, from our developers and us. So if you have maybe my NFT, I really would like to buy it. I really am interested in having my own NFT. So um, we know it's very rare to have the Sota one. I already saw somebody has Sota NFT, and it's already very high value and very rare. So I'm really looking for my NFT. Nobody has it at this point. So if you have it, please, I want mine. And I really want to buy it from you. So please, if you have it, put it on auction. I'm more than happy to bid on it. Okay, cool. Let me just see if I covered everything. Let's go to some of the questions now.
Yeah, I would like to answer the question. So it would be great if you could read the question.
Okay, great. Okay, that's a very interesting question, the first one. So most of the investors just focus on the price of token in the short term instead of real value of the project. Can you tell me, Soto, the motivation and benefits for investors to the Astar token in the longer term?
Yep. So basically, we would like to create one of the most basic protocol to realize Web 3.0. And the having token means having the ownership of the Astar network. So being the part of the Astar network is the being the part of the Web3 movements. So this is the benefit. In this is crypto, so the price is going up and going down, and there is the bear market and bull market. That's normal. So we actually do not care much about the market condition. We just care about how to create Web3 in the long run. Let's say 2 years or 3 years. So all our decisions should be based on the long-term benefit rather than the short-term profit. And we would like to make positive sub game, not zero sum game. So yeah, in the core team is doing our best. I know there are a lot of the mistake and also miscommunication, but we would like to do our best to realize Web 3.0 together with community.
Yes, that's correct. Some extra notes from my side. The price on the market is important for our new investors that are coming in. We are aware of this. But there's also one big reason why we got support from tier one exchanges. It's not Like you just can go to Binance and get their support, or you can go to Hobie and get their support, or Kraken, or Crypto.com, or OKX, or KuCoin. It's not possible to get their support if your project is not good. They are focusing on the technology that we will offer in the future and in the long-term benefits. So if you have doubt about our project, just look at the support that we got. This support that we got from VCs and tier one exchanges and tier one capitals. This is not support that we got because we have a good price or having a great market cap. No, they are focusing on the technology that we will bring in the long term. And that's our main goal and main vision, to bring that Web3 to everyone and create the infrastructure on Polkadot. We are still young. We just launched 5 months ago or 6 months ago with Scheiden. So we are still in the very early stages of our development. But there's a long road ahead of us, and we are going with it at everything that we have, and we will be working on it with our huge team and doing everything to satisfy everyone, our investors, our community, and so on. But look at it in the long term instead of in the short term. We actually are really doing our best to get it created for the people around here. So another question. Your platform is able to generate a huge amount of data speaking about users' preferences, strategies, and behaviors. Are you already using those data? Do you plan to use them in the future as an additional source of profit?
I'm not sure about the meaning of the additional source of the profit, but right now our blockchain has a lot of the data. This is correct, but we need a tool to measure the traffic, data traffic on the top of Shiden and going to be on the top of Astar. So in quarter one, we're gonna focus on developing the infrastructure project such as Chainlink, the graph, subquery, and so on. And we need a indexing service like the graph or subquery in Covalent. So this is our focus in quarter one. So for Astar, it is not possible to get all data right now because Astar is not launched yet, and we don't have enough infrastructure service. But we're gonna focus on infrastructure service in quarter one.
Yes, correct. And this is our long-term vision as well for dApp staking, that it will be available for users to select the projects they want by looking at the data of the project. You can see this, for instance, on let's say dApp Radar, where you can see how many users are using that kind of project. How many traffic do they get? How many TVL do they have? And these kind of information we will also provide in our dApp staking mechanism. You can see, okay, that project has this many users, this kind of traffic, this kind of TVL, where you can base and that data you can choose to stake on that project, to support that project. It's still a long way to go, and dApp staking is still not in the phase where it's still not in the final phases, because we still keep on developing. And it's also a brand new protocol, the build to run protocol, for not only developers to understand, but also the community members to understand. And it's our job as a team to educate people about this. And this is something that we do on daily basis, talking with projects, getting them to see the value that we will offer them in their development or in their cross-chain vision that they will have with Polkadot. So that's something that I just wanted to add. Then another question. Astar, do you have a secret idea of secret idea? What is this idea? I'm not sure what you're meaning with this.
I think secret.
Secret of sacred.
I hope this is not scared idea, but it's secret idea, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not an idea, but we have two announcements in January before launching the mainnet. Right now, because it's under the NDA, we cannot make it public. But we are going to have two big announcements before launching Astar.
Yes, correct. Another question, and I will answer this. Hi, and congratulations on your Parachain slot. I would like to know what did you learn from Scheiden that will help us start to become more
This is
successful?
good question.
Yes,
This
if
is good
you,
question. I'd like to take.
yeah,
Can I take it?
yeah, you can take it.
Yeah. So basically, the most important updates for the Asta is decreasing the initial circulating supply. So in terms of the Shiden, we launched 24% for the community at once without any vesting. So it was a mistake actually. So selling pressure is very strong because people think they got a free token. So we changed our launching strategy, and initial circulating supply is going to be 6% from 24%. So I think the price is going to be stable compared to Shiden. This is really needed to make our launch successful.
Yes, indeed. And in the article that I shared last week, there's also an article that is created by Jakub, one of our quote success team, and he also talked about what did we learn from launching Scheiden. So I recommend you to look over this article, and this is like a summary of what we have learned from everything that we have done with the launch of Scheiden. So I recommend you to look into this as well. Okay. Um, what are the benefits of the Scheiden network for the Star ecosystem? Okay. I will take an answer to this. What are the
Okay.
benefits for Scheiden network for the Star ecosystem? So basically, you need to understand the difference between a star and Scheiden. I think I'm pretty sure this question would come. So I opened like a presentation that I used during an event, and a lot of people are aware of this, that Polkadot and Kusama. So Kusama is like the canary network of Polkadot and so on. And that's the same vision that we have in our mind with a star and Scheiden. So how can you compare this? What is the meaning of Scheiden? What is the meaning of a star? I will just do it by just explaining by one example. So let's say we will enable EVM on dApp staking. This will be happening this year still on Scheiden. So we will enable this on dApp staking. And this most likely needs to be improved a couple of times because we get feedback from projects who are using it and they're saying, okay, let's do it like this and do it like this, or what try like this direction and so on. And then after a couple of months later, we will have created a solid EVM integration in our dApp staking. And the moment that solid integration is ready, then this will be moved to a star. Like a star will get all the most polished versions, the most stable versions that are available. Scheiden will have all the latest features, all the latest things that will be happening, but a star will get the stable versions, those who have been tested out on Scheiden. And that's the main difference. That's how you should see it. Like, um, so people are saying, why would projects still launch on Scheiden when they have a star? It's very difficult to answer this because we will have projects who will be focusing on those latest features, who will be joining that to join that testing, not testing, but experimental network by deploying there as a project, because they don't need to have that stable um, network where they have to wait for the polished versions. They want to have it as a playground. They want to enjoy the project that they have with the community. So both networks, Scheiden as well as A-Star, will have different use cases. Some are similar, but on another level, and that's something that you need to be aware of. Like if you would look at what was it before Polkadot was invented, that was just like a testing environment, and then when testing was ready, it just launched on mainnet, and it could fail or not. But now with Kusama and Polkadot, you have an experimental mainnet with an economic value, the same as Scheiden. We have an experimental mainnet that we can use to experiment and to use our features that we want to offer on our mainnet. But we can do this with having two chains like experimental mainnet, and a high security mainnet that's ready for handling everything. So that's the main difference between those two. So what are the benefits for Scheiden network for a star network? We need Scheiden network for a star network to get the mature network that we want to have. If without Scheiden, we can't create a star division that we have. So we need to have Scheiden. That's very important. And that's the vision that Gavin Woods created Kusama as well. Okay. Then congrats. Could you please tell me how many tokens will be the initial supply? We will cover this all.
6%.
Yeah. 6%, around between 6 and 10, around 6% it will be. But you will see everything together with, we are working very closely with Subscan. They will offer the exact amount. Then there was a question in Russian. I can't answer this, sorry. Which date is your project launch on Binance so that users can trade the coin on the Binance platform? We don't know. If we know, it's most likely under NDA. So when it's ready, it will be announced. So we can't talk about it.
Yeah, exchanges are really strict. So we don't know the listing dates as well.
Yeah, indeed. Another question. Scheiden seems to have a lot of staking rewards. Does Astar have any plans to change the rewards?
Yeah. Can I take it? Yeah,
Yes.
basically the block rewards goes to developers, the project. But as you know, this is like a simple math. If the number of the project is small, the revenue for each dApps is big, right? So probably we are thinking the increasing the rewards step by step based on the number of the dApps. So let's say number of the dApps is just a 10. Our revenue is smaller. The staking revenue goes to a little bit. Staking rewards goes to dApps developer, and once number of the dApps became 100 or 200, we can increase the amount. So that's why we have a treasury. In a lot of the token goes to treasury first, but we are going to decrease the treasury and increase the developer's income based on the number of the dApps.
Yes, correct. This is also one of those features that we need Scheiden network for to test it out. Those finding that balance between the rewards is very difficult, and we are constantly looking for a perfect balance for this. And when you will see our roadmap for 2022, a large part of this is about dApp staking and also about the reward tokenomics. So I recommend you everyone when we will launch this. We will do like a follow-up call with the community where you can ask questions around this as well. When will there be a swap of PLM coins for newer star coins? You don't need to do anything. This will be automatically. And the exchange rate of PLM to a star, it's, I believe, 10-1. Meaning if
10-1, yeah.
10
if you have a
PLM,
10 Ethereum token, it's going to be 1 Astar.
Yes, that's correct. Do you have plan to lower the minimum for dApp staking on Scheiden? Yes, we will. We will do a lot for dApp staking. The minimum will be gone. We will do compound rewards. We will have unlimited amount of stakers. Everything is planned to go, but we need to do it step by step, of course. Thanks for your question. Do you internally experiment with ink contracts? How confident are you that ink is worth the effort compared to Solidity? You can go ahead, Sota.
Just a moment. Do you internally experience with ink contract? How confident are you? Yeah, we have a lot of WebAssembly developer internally and in a ecosystem, but we can also work on EVM.
Yeah, so
we are confident.
The ink language is based on Rust. Our developers who are working on Star are all Rust developers, so mainly Rust developers. So we are working with the language every day. And what's the are we confident that it's worth compared to Solidity? Absolutely, because if you look at EVM now, today, it's not possible to handle the scalability that WebAssembly can have already today. So if you would look at Google or Facebook, they are already using WebAssembly. So because it's so scalable as in your browser. So having WebAssembly smart contracts in your browser will make blockchain so much more scalable. Okay, but I recommend you to check out the article that I wrote about it. So more information there. Scheiden seems to have a lot of stake. Oh, that we already have. Will there be a Scheiden Astar trustless bridge? Is there a plan about it? Yes, there's a plan to create these kind of bridges.
It takes time.
Yeah. How long do you think it will start? We don't talk about price. Hello.
Maybe
Hello.
2 years.
In future, Astar focus only on WebAssembly or both EVM and
Both.
WebAssembly? Both. We are
Yeah,
focusing
the
on.
reason
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason is we are seeing the transition from EVM to WebAssembly, but this transition will not be happening within a day or within a month. It's gonna be a long journey. It takes a year or maybe 2 year or 3 year. So it is super important to support the Ethereum virtual machine as well as WebAssembly at the same time because this transition is inevitable, but it takes time.
Yes, indeed. And then the next question, WebAssembly smart
Yeah.
contracts were not on the roadmap. Any plans for them? I thought they are natively supported by
Yeah,
Substrate.
number 8. This is the number 8 in the phase 2
Yes,
after the launch.
they are natively supported by Substrate, meaning that the contract palette is possible for everyone to use. But there's a difference between having the contract palette available and having the tools to interact with that palette. So the contract palette is available for everyone, so everyone can deploy WebAssembly smart contract, but the tools we will offer to developers is much higher and much more than just using the palette. So that's why we are creating a smart contract hub. And a smart contract hub is not just providing it, but also providing tools for developers to use this. Okay. So you have on Polkadot or Parity is working on Canvas. That's a common good parachain for WebAssembly smart contracts, but they do not offer tools to use this. Those tools will be available, for instance, on our network. Do you need additional wallets besides Polkadot's wallet for claiming of the rewards? No, you don't need any other wallets for this. There are different kind of wallets you can use, and you don't need to claim rewards. Rewards will just be distributed to your wallet, so nothing to be claimed there. Congrats. Would you please tell how many tokens? We already answered this. Thanks for your
6%.
question. How does dApp staking work with locked tokens? It's very easy because when you use dApp staking and you stake your tokens on a project, those tokens will never leave your wallet. It's still not today. So if you use staking on Scheiden now, your wallets will still be in your wallet but locked. So we can use the locked tokens to just keep them locked. It's in the contract, it's in the code, so it's it's easy for us to create this scheme for you guys. Do you have any strategy to attract more skilled builders to join SDN in the future? How many dApps can we expect on SDN in 2022? You will see our growth plan for 2022 next week when we will release our roadmap. Everything will be explained there. And after this, we will have a community call where you can still ask questions if you have them. We'll have
Yeah,
both.
and also as Martin said, we are going to migrate from Telegram to Discord, and I'm planning to have weekly office hour or something like that. So I will be online on Discord, and we are going to have like a weekly AMA or something like that. So
Yes.
I'm really happy to answer all the question on Discord as well
Right.
in 2022.
Are you gonna present the 2022 roadmap? No, we will release it next week, and then we will have another community call on Discord for questions. Are you going to incentivize Series Big for it? This will be also in our roadmap for next year. We are
Yeah,
working
we have already analyzed how to grow the layer one ecosystem, and I have already analyzed Solana and Avalanche. what we have learned is the native project is really important in the long run. So we have to develop Astar native project, like optimize the UI and the UX. But a big Ethereum project, having big Ethereum project actually make our market bigger. So we are going to invite some of the big project to Astar. At the same time, we're gonna nurture and develop Astar native applications.
Yes, correct. And then the final three questions that we will be handling. Um, what's your opinion about the fact that there's so few apps and traffic on Scheiden in comparison to Moonriver? How are you going to tackle this challenge? We are working this daily basis, so we are doing our best to create more traffic to Scheiden, and we think we will exceed. We will get there when with the
Yeah.
plans set up front. Yes.
But it's obviously clear Ethereum is the biggest dApps hub right now. So it's okay. Let them win today, and we're gonna win tomorrow. The WebAssembly is inevitable.
Yes. That's why we have been working from day one on WebAssembly as well, because we see the high hopes for this in the future as well by using the Polkadot features as the cross-chain messaging parsing. This will also be much easier with substrate-based addresses and make it the cross-chain vision much better. Will you add other tokens for staking in your platform? Yes, they actually are working on this in our dApp staking developers are working on this, and it will be possible with EVM integration in dApp staking. But this is like still a long journey for this to create. Will this be posted on YouTube as I came late? The moment this Crowdcast is over, it will automatically be possible for you to watch any again. And the last question, any educational projects on that developing from your team? Yes, this is also something that we will be working on. We will create developer classes on how to build on us. We have in our roadmap for Q1 hackathons available as well. So we are working on improving our documentation for developers, creating tutorials for developers, having classes for developers. So yes, if you're interested
Yep.
in joining and learning more about building on Astar, so please keep following us. Okay. I think I said everything, and I want to thank everyone for being here today. Let me stop sharing. And if you still didn't join our competition to win that swag, you still have some minutes left to go. So thanks a lot for being here. Thanks a lot, everyone, for listening. I will leave the final words up to Sota, and then I wish you everyone a great and the end of the year and a great Christmas holiday. And we will build Web3 together, and we will build it in 2022 with every one of you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Martin, for hosting the Crowdcast. So basically, 2021 was the important year for us, but 2022 is going to be more important year for Polkadot ecosystem and the Astar Network. So yeah, definitely it is challenging and it is very difficult for us, but we are going to make it together with the community, and Astar is going to be bigger than ever. So stay strong. Yeah, let's take a rest at the end of the year, and yes, and stay strong, and we can be bigger together in 2022. Thank you
Okay.
for being with us, and yeah, have a happy Christmas and happy New Year.